Hello and welcome. We're ready to get the week. And here we can check out the story for Scotty Barnes.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Abaji in at the small forward position. Pirtle with the bucket.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
Poole kicks it to George. Clock at 6. Carrington no good. Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
BA, I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
For a handful of teams at this point of the year, Doris, the future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases, and here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive and win basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
And the second free throw is good.
Well, Jakob Pirtle, guys, may not be a stretch big, but what he does well is virtually everything else. He boards it, he plays incredible D, and he's a very good passer.
Now here's Poole. 23 points his last outing. Over quickly, and that one's good. Poole.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Brian Keefe, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly, Barnes has a big fan here.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Knocks it loose.
Washington foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Barnes finds Pirtle. Barnes a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Well, the contact on Pirtle, pretty clear there. The big man getting tough and gets the call.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. And that one falls for Pirtle. And Washington making a change here. Jones is checked in. And so Pirtle nails both of them. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball, Doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
Yeah, they know they should have played better in that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Listen, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out.
Now here's Middleton. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Here's Sarr. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Great touch from the mid-range by Sarr. He knows he's got to keep drilling it from this area.
Pass to Battle. Driving in. And again, Toronto, no good. To the inside. Shot's good by Sarr.
Yeah, in the lane there. I mean, that's easy money for Sarr.
Here's Battle. Outside Barnes. And the layup is good off the glass.
just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And let's take a look at the first-year players who have really brought it on the offensive end. Here are the NBA's leading rookie scorers. In the third spot, Alex Sarr.
And it's always hard to predict how easily young players will adapt to the league. But on the offensive end, he's really hit the ground running.
Pass to Carrington. Here's Sarr. Poole, a screen on Pirtle. He takes it in. Oh, wow!
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Barnes against Jones. Quickly outside. Pass to Barnes. Over Jones. And Barnes the bucket on the assist by Pirtle. Barnes has got his second basket of the night. On the wing, Jones. Middleton outside. It's blocked. Here's Abaji. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio. Here's Pirtle. Misses from close range.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Back to Poole. Pass to Jones. Poole with the ball. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Washington shooting their first foul shot of the night. So for Washington, Vukcevic comes in for Jones, and it's Johnson in for Poole.
Team foul. At the line for the Wizards. Middleton. One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Here's Barnes, and that one drops for him. Barnes has got 6 points.
How about Scotty Barnes showing off his IQ and pick and roll? Does a nice job finding his teammate.
Pass to Sarr. Johnson on the wing. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
3 from Barnes. Drills it from deep. 9 points in the game.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. checked in for Washington. Champagnie comes in for Chris Middleton. 10 games left this year. Let's see what the playoff race looks like in the East. You take a look at the Raptors. A really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft. And, of course, Washington, they're 4 spots behind them.
Seeing where the Wizards are, they hyped it up at the start of the year, but haven't really followed through. They're so disappointed, and really, so are their fans.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stores.
Well, think about it, B.A. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
The first free throw is good. And if you're a longtime Washington Wizards fan, you have to be pining for the glory days, Doris.
And think how far back those glory days were, the 1970s. Back then they made 4 finals and won 1 championship. But since that point, B.A., they haven't even made a conference finals. And yet again, they are in a rebuild. Incredible.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. Their last encounter in Toronto.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Here's Thor. The Raptors making their last shot.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
First one falls for him. Second free throw, no good. And how about Scotty Barnes, Doris? Named an All-Star during his 3rd season in 2024.
And in fact, the 3rd youngest All-Star that year. Listen, he has upgraded his playmaking. He's still getting better, and I think that's the scary part for the rest of the league.
And here are the Raptors now. Pass to Shed. 4 on the clock. Here's Battle. Blocked! And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Abaji. Money from the wing. And the Raptors lead by 3.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Champagnie's shot is off. For Toronto, they've got 8 of 13 attempts to go. Pass to Castleton. Here's Mobo. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Thor. Back to Johnson. The 3 ball. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Abaji. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's the pick. Here's Shed. Off target with the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Pass to Champagnie. Here's Thor. Here's Carrington going inside. He nails it, and we're tied. Carrington's got his 2nd basket on the night. To the middle. Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
14th foul. At the line for the Raptors. making 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Martin, he's checked in for Washington. And so he hits both. Washington's gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Here's Vukcevic. There's the block. Pass to Abaji. Here's Shed. Here's Castleton. And again, Toronto, no good.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Inside. And here's Martin. Here's Johnson. And Castleton pulls it down. Here's Mobo. He's guarded by Martin. Mobo can't hit. Washington trailing. Pass to Johnson. Here's Champagny. They set the pick. The shot from 20 feet out. And it's in there. Carrington's got 7.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Lawson passes to Abaji. Sinks the tray.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Martin outside. And it's rejected. Here's Abaji. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
Martin outside. Pass to Carrington. Martin a screen. Goes up at the elbow. Mobo with a rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
From behind the arc. Castleton can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Carrington. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Over to the left wing. Here's Mobo. Here's Abaji. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. Toronto out in front. They're up by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Wizards trail by 6. We've got Sarr, and it's Smart in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
A nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Now here's Robinson. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Sarr passes to Smart. Here's Thor. Robinson defending. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, BA, I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think.
And he drops the first. And so he makes both from the line. Toronto leading by 4. Here's Shed. He's scoreless. Pass to Mobo. And it's blocked. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Just 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. Sarr pulls it in. And for Washington, they're shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. Smart for 3. And Smart nails the triple.
Well, Marcus Smart has come so far as a three-point shooter. This guy very capable from distance.
Pass to Robinson. Down low. Here's Mobo. And there's the rejection. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. Chris Middleton's checked in for Smart. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Here's Castleton. Connects from downtown. Castleton's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Boy, you love that play by Quickly. This guy can score or make plays for teammates.
Here's Thor. And he connects with a jumper. Here's Barnes. He's got 11. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Count it.
You can see the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
Pass to Thor. Outside Jones. Now here's Middleton. Here's Sarr. Robinson defending. Now here's Barnes. Tightly guarded. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22, guys. And you talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
The Wizards making a switch here. Poole's checked in. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Over the last month, these rookies have been cleaning the glass. In the third spot, Alex Sarr.
Hey, the way he's been aggressively attacking the boards, you have to think he's earned the respect of his teammates.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. To the wing on the left. Poole outside. Over quickly. It's hauled in by Robinson.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Pass to Quickly. The three from Barnes. So for Washington, Smart's checked in for Thor, and it's Johnson in for Middleton.
Substitution on the court.
The Wizards trail by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking front. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Battle's gotten his second bucket on the night.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Outside Jones. 5 on the clock. Pass to Poole. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Well, Doris, you covered him. Jordan Poole was electric in the 2022 NBA Finals.
Well, B.A., there's no doubt they do not win the title without Jordan Poole and the lift he gave them at various points in that finals run. This guy is electric on the offensive end when his game is working.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
Here's Lawson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Screen by Robinson. The three from Barnes. And again, Toronto with a triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Poole against Quickly.
Well, what phenomenal work deep inside the post. Smart, willing, and able to get himself to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off.
Well, I just love how Marcus Smart plays the game of basketball. He's aggressive, he's intelligent, and he doesn't mind getting under your skin.
He hits the second from the line. Raptors lead by 7. Quickly outside. Robinson, a screen on Smart. Barnes passes to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Pass to Sarr. Back to Poole. Beyond the arc. And it's Battle with a rebound.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Smart against Quickly. Here's Battle. Back to Barnes. On the wing Quickly. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists tonight.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Sarr. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Knicks in New York. Jones sets a screen. Poole from long range. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
What a response by Jordan Poole. Not sure you want to duel with him from beyond the arc.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. go for the Wizards. Vukcevic, he's checked in for Sarr. Champagnie comes in for Smart. And it's Martin in for Poole. And Toronto also making a switch. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Robinson. Lawson passes to Quickly, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Emmanuel Quickly is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates. And defensively, longer than you think and very mobile.
The free throw drops for Quickly.
One of the things I always like about Emmanuel Quickly, he's decisive with the basketball.
Quickly drops them both. And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickly's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward. And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. 11-point game. After this game, they can look forward to Philadelphia, where they'll match up against the 76ers. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Champagnie, that's good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Lawson. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Chris Middleton.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Washington. There's the screen by Johnson. Here's Champagnie. No good on the 3. Raptors lead by 9. Pass to Quickly. Here's Battle. To the paint. Here's Mobo. Rebounded by Johnson.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now here's Johnson. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. The three-pointer off the mark.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Back to Quickly. Pass to Abaji. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Mobo. For 3. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Pass to Smart. Shot clock at 6. And there's a pick. Here's Carrington. Poeltl grabs a miss. Poeltl's got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. Here's Mobo. Count it. Good. Mobo's got 6.
His vision is excellent for a center. You see it in the assist from Poeltl. He has got such great awareness of his teammates' movements.
Here's Champagnie. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. Here's Shed. Pass to Mobo. It's rebounded by Washington.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Smart outside. Here's Carrington. There's the triple. Poeltl grabs a miss. Poeltl's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
In the second
From the arc. And it's Battle missing. Wizards trail by 11. Pass to Johnson. Here's Vukcevic. Here's Champagny with the floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Champagny's got his second bucket of the night.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Pass to Battle. Inside. Here's Castleton. Launches it. Nails it from beyond the arc. Castleton's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his second make this quarter.
51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's stolen by Pirtle. Pass to Mobo. And out of bounds. The Wizards will take it. The Wizards making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Robinson's checked in. Here's Middleton. He has 6. Smart outside. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Smart has got 7 points.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Clock at 6. Here's Mobo. Solid shot from a distance of about 14 feet. Give him 8 points now.
Yeah, just late help on the defensive side. I mean, just another breakdown for them.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
And so it's Toronto. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Washington Wizards.
I mean, it's pretty simple. More rebounds, more opportunities. Right now, they're getting crushed on the glass, Shaq.
From where I'm sitting, I don't see the energy, and I do not see the effort.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Well, right now for Washington, they've wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not complete. This front office has some tough decisions to make.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Scotty Barnes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Abaji in at the 3 slot. Pull for 3. Abaji with a rebound.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
To the inside. Here's Battle. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Oh, that is an easy read for Mr. Quickly, simply finding the open man.
Pass to Carrington. Jones feels it out to the left wing. Here's Sarr. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Stolen by Middleton on the break. Here's Sarr. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Yeah, and the potential Sarr has is enticing. He's a talented, mobile big man who wants to keep improving.
Pass to Battle. Outside Barnes. Pirtle with a screen on Poole. Barnes. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
That one's good for 2. Sarr's got 11 points.
I'll tell you what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Pass to Battle. Here's Abaji. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Sarr. Abaji can't hit. The Wizards trail by 10. Middleton outside. And the deficit down inside single digits. 9 points in the game.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
Here's Abaji. And they'll get another chance. Floats one up. Pass to Pirtle. Here's quickly. Jones grabs the board.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
No good on the triple. Raptors lead by 7. Quickly outside. Down low. And stolen by Middleton. Pass to Poole. Here's Sarr. Over Pirtle. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Pirtle. Pirtle with a screen on Middleton. Abaji can't hit.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Over the past month, here's the best in free throw shooting. Emmanuel Quickly, he's 2nd.
And over this stretch, his foul shooting has been exceptional. You could tell he was enjoying every single trip to the line.
The first one falls. Vukcevic, he's checked in for Washington. Robinson, he's checked in for Toronto. Jones hits them both. Here's Quickly. He's got 5. Outside Barnes. Outside Robinson to get back on track. Basket counts. Robinson's gotten his 2nd bucket. The Wizards trail by 7. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Scotty Barnes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And I think a new plan would be a good idea. At least make it hard on this guy.
Lawson. He's checked in for Toronto. Raptors on D. Pass to Poole. Poole gets it in close.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in a span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
Here's Sarr. He's got 11. From deep, Johnson drops in the three. And now just a 2-point Toronto lead.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Now here's Jones to the paint. Thor, the pass to Johnson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Wednesday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Friday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. You just hope they're able to execute their game plan as it should be a close one.
Now here's Barnes. 21 points in the game. Pass to Quickly. Screen by Robinson. And Quickly gets the three. Quickly's got 8 points.
Outstanding handle from Quickly. Boy, just understanding how to break the defense down.
Sarr passes to Poole. There's a screen. Clock at 4. Pass to Johnson. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Here's Abaji. A good-looking shot from the wing. And it's a 7-point Raptor lead. Poole outside. Pass to Jones. Oh, he tries a three. And again, Washington, no good.
If they just continue to dominate the boards.
Back to Barnes. Over Poole. Barnes, no good. And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for Washington. Out left to the wing. There's a screen from deep. Johnson. Rebound by the Raptors. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Robinson gets the bucket.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you never understand. B.A.?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
So for Washington, Vukcevic comes in for Sarr. And it's Champagnie in for Thor. And he's good on the second.
One thing we know with Jordan Poole, guys, confidence is never going to be an issue. This young man has the attitude there's nothing he can't do on a basketball floor.
Pass to Lawson. Here's Mobo. Outside Robinson. Out to the right wing. Here's Abaji. He buries it from 3. Agbaji's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Champagny, the pass to Johnson. Inside. Here's Vucevic. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Toronto leading by 9. Here's Shed. No made baskets yet. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. Poole outside. To the middle. There's a screen. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. For Toronto, they've gotten 7 of 15 shots to hit in this second half. Pass to Robinson. Unloads. No problem on the jumper in close. And the Raptors lead by 9.
I love the efficiency he's playing with tonight. Not scoring as much as usual, but he's been effective and they're winning.
Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Johnson. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
4. He's checked in for Washington. Marcus Smart comes in for Poole. .149 left in the third quarter. Here's Vucevic. Champagny shot is off. Here's Shed, covered by Johnson. And that one's good. And now it's an 11-point Toronto lead.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
Here's Vucevic, down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Johnson passes to Smart. Here's Champagny. And the layup falls. Champagny's got 6.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
You know, we've seen him just tear after the rebounds tonight. No fear. You have to love that effort.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. The shot from the low post is good.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
That one no good. And so it's Toronto closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Johnson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr. Then it's Jordan Poole. And it's Jones in a 2-guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Now here's Pirtle. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Pass to Castleton. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Outside Jones. Here's Middleton. Now Jones. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. From 9 feet. Sarr misses.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
Pass to Pirtle. Here's Mobo. And it's Poole with a rebound.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Sarr passes to Poole. Rebound Toronto. Pirtle's got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Castleton. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Sarr passes to Poole. Putting on the Jets, Jordan Poole.
Yeah, aggressive drive by Jordan Poole right there. He knows the defense would close in on him, and he doesn't let it deter him.
At the line for the Wizards, Jordan Poole, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Thor, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Toronto also making a switch. Abaji's checked in. And both free throws good for Poole.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Pass to Abaji. Here's Mobo. Here's Lawson. Here's Castleton. Sarr pulls it in. Jones with the ball. Pass to Thor. Here's Sarr.
Well, defensively, against a young guy like Sarr, his size and energy can be overpowering.
Second team foul. At the line for 2, Sarr.
And he makes a first. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Raptors lead by 6. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The shot by Pirtle, no good. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Oh, using that sweet stroke. Poole connects from deep.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Lawson passes to Pirtle, down low. Here's Mobo. Shots blocked. And they get it back. Basket's good. And the Raptors lead by 5.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Pass to Sarr. Out to the wing. Now Johnson. Here's Sarr. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
So much skill there for Sarr, and he can get elusive, which helped him draw the foul.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
The Wizards making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. Robinson, he's checked in for Toronto. Quickly comes in for Lawson. And he can't hit the second.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Pass to Mobo. And here's Pirtle. Inside. Here's Abaji. Tip! tipped.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
Toronto making a switch here. Barnes is checked in.
Into the lineup for the Raptors. Number 4.
The Wizards trail by 4. Now here's Johnson. Chalk up 2 there.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Good work there as it goes.
This guy is such a phenomenal scorer. Scotty Barnes feeling very good right now.
Jones, the pass to Thor. Jones with the ball. Pass to Champagny. The shot. And it's Washington with another. The Raptors have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. The 3 from Barnes. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 5 rebounds in the game.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
To take the lead, Toronto grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Robinson. It's Pirtle high post. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Jones. Here's Sarr. That one's good. This game is all even. Sarr's got 9 points now in the second half.
Yeah, I love seeing Sarr get a little more physical there inside.
To the inside. Takes it out to Barnes. And there's the screen. From 11 feet away. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Barnes has got 25 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Shooting for Toronto. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. The Wizards trail by 4. Pass to Sarr. Here's Carrington. Robinson defending. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Shot's good by Carrington.
Yeah, that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Now here's Pirtle. Robinson for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
The line for the Wizards. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So both teams changing it up here. And he makes both free throws. Here's Quickly. Pass to Barnes. Pirtle with a screen on Middleton. Barnes passes to Pirtle. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 4 assists in the game.
I'm not sure which was better, Pirtle's screen or his finish, but either way, nice execution in the roll.
Now here's Poole. Fires for 3. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Pass to Battle. The ball's knocked loose. Outside Barnes. Fires from the wing. And And he nails that one right through the heart. Barnes has got 6 here in the quarter. Poole, the pass to Jones. They set the pick to tie it up. That shot missing. Toronto leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Rebound by Middleton. And so Middleton will bring it up for Washington. Oh, that was something!
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Checked in for Toronto. All right, let's check in with Ali LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
And Ali, thank you for that. Pass to Battle. Now here's Pirtle. Here's Abaji. It and the foul. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton.
In the first half, they didn't look so confident in the paint, but that's really changed.
Shooting for Toronto.
One shot.
One shot.
And that one misses.
They managed to get the rebound, but that's an area where they've been struggling tonight.
Pass to Sarr. Here's Vukcevic. He's guarded by Barnes. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And it's Battle with a rebound. Battle's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Abaji, pass to Quickly. Pirtle with a screen on Middleton. A shot from the mid-range. And it's Quickly with a miss.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Poole from long range. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got 6 rebounds in the game. On the wing Quickly. Pirtle in the post. Picked by Pirtle. Here's Abaji. And again, Toronto, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Middleton. Here's Sarr, covered by Pirtle. Shot's good by Sarr. Sarr's got 8 here in this quarter.
Yeah, he did it in France, and he'll do it here too. Sarr showing no hesitation being a rookie.
Pirtle, the pass to Abaji. Back to Pirtle. No good on the shot. And Washington shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Pass to Vukcevic. They set the screen. Here's Middleton. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And there's a 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
He's checked in for Washington. Three-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Poole, the pass to Sarr. It's stolen by Pirtle. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Delivering exactly what they needed from the line. He secures the 3-point lead.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he sinks it. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Shoot 2.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game. Here's Poole.
and looking to even the score with a huge three.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO.
Wizards dancer.
Kicks it out to Barnes. This one for three. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Here we go.
We've got Jordan Poole, George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr, and it's Carrington in at the 2. Pirtle with a screen on George. Barnes passes to Abaji. Just 4 to shoot. It's rebounded by Washington.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
George outside. Pass to Sarr. Middleton outside to take the lead. Quickly with a rebound. And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. A minute into overtime of what's been a great one so far. Here's Abaji. Outside Barnes. Over Poole. And counted from 19 feet away. Barnes has got 29.
How about the jump shot by Scotty Barnes? Woo, woo, woo. Look out, folks.
Pass to Middleton. Here's Sarr. Poole outside. Good. And he's hit 8 of 14 now. A solid offensive performance.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And that one good.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Sarr. Oh, rejected by Pirtle.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Shoot 2.
2 shots.
And he drops the first. Both free throws good from Barnes. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Wizards trail by 4. Pass to Carrington. The 3-ball. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it. How about they look to Pirtle in a critical stretch, and he comes through. The pressure bringing out his best.
Shooting for Toronto, Jacob Pirtle at the line for 1
shot.
And the free throw, no good. The Wizards have gotten 2 of 4 attempts to go in OT. George scanning the floor. 3-pointer off the mark. Toronto leading by 3. Here's Abaji. Nails it from 3.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Sarr. Nifty move. Pirtle with the block. Barnes finds Pirtle. Here's Battle. Outside Barnes. Pass to Pirtle. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Falls for Pirtle. Now over 3.5 minutes through this overtime period. Pass to Sarr. Kicks it to George. Here's Carrington. Just 5 to shoot. To stop the run. And he hits the jumper. Carrington's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
15 foul. Shooting for Toronto, Emmanuel quickly. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point game here. The Wizards have gotten only 3 of 7 shots to go in OT. Poole, the pass to George. Here's Carrington from downtown. Pirtle grabs a miss. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Abaji. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Dorisburg, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And now, time for our player of the game, Scotty Barnes.